Hey everybody. Welcome to ComeDy&D. I'm the DM now. Crazy, right? Run the intro. Hello.
Picked him for a reason.
That one's smooth.
Oh, I need a bird. I realize you guys have birds.
Yeah, get with the bird plan.
That parrot looks fucking
A lot of trees for where we're going.
Oh, are there not going to be that many trees there?
It's the Arctic. There's
Where
no
we're
trees.
going, we don't need trees.
Where we're going. Welcome everybody. We're starting a new campaign this week. We're starting the Expedition to the North. Let me real quick read the intro. All the conceit is all of the characters have responded to the following ad. Wanted. Sturdy adventures for hazardous expedition. Months of extreme cold, danger expected. Fabulous wealth and favor granted to any who return successful. From the Baroness Ophelia Asteria. And who are our characters who have answered the call, and why have they answered the call? Let's start with Kevin.
Hello, I am Ubad, son of Rabab. My father was a brave king of the land Celestia, taking over after the previous king had died after eating poisonous mushrooms. And he was a brave and gracious ruler until the evil Lord Retaxus came and invaded Celestia. I was snuck away as a child and really avoided the uprising that happened afterwards and the mass beheadings and lots of, and snuck away and raised with noble families, thank you to my uncle Arthur. When I was an adult, I was given the ring of my father and discovered a secret power inside that fuels me with magic and gives me advice and has told me to come here and search for ally and powers to restore myself to the rightful ruler of Celestia. And that is Ubad, and he is a Loxodon, elephant folk, and he is a warlock of the genie.
And I believe you wanted me to control Sharza, or what was his name?
Yeah, that's the. You mean you can make up anything you want.
Shaza.
Yes, yeah, Shaza.
He's your character.
he
I
has-
want to enable you.
Yeah, that is his genie, his patron, and he has a familiar named Pompadour, who
What is
currently
it?
right now is in the shape of a seagull, and he's
Perfect.
dressed very kind of pastel Gap kind of 80s preppy vibe, sort of blue shorts, pink golf shirt.
Perfect expedition outfit. Sweet. Evan,
Yes, we're going yachting, I believe.
he might have misread that. Give it. Let's hear from Casey.
Cool. Yeah, I'm playing a turtle. And I decided in this world, without asking you, that turtles live on these giant floating pirate cities in the Southern Sea. And
Sure.
because, you got to fill in the map sometime. So he grew up on these floating pirate ships where they live kind of their whole life, and he began training as a doctor. And as part of that training, he was taking care of this elf. And from this elf, he learned the secrets of blade singing, except, he does it with like a hammer because he's 400 pounds and kind of slow and not so good with the blades, better with the hammers. There was some shenanigans, and he had to kind of flee both his people, and the elf died. And he's fled north with his parrot familiar, and been kind of adventuring around, mercenarying around, and saw the ad. And yeah, he's a level 3 blade singer.
What was the elf's name?
Oh, well, turtles are not big on names.
Okay. And what is your name, if you will explain that whole thing?
Oh, well, I had this conceit that the turtles pick a new name every time they sort of like switch jobs. So he's kind of in between names, and if he successfully lands the gig, then he will ask the patron to give him a name for the journey.
Cool. And Simon.
In the time before ages, the great wolf mother birthed the mighty wolves who stood on 2 feet, cousins of those who stand on 4. Time passed, and time was good until the reign of giants. They took the once mighty wolf, and over time they became different from each other. Some they turned into fluffy white clouds of furry dog. Others they turned into tiny, shaking, and very angry Chihuahua men. And others they turned towards a greater perfection. Some they turned, like me, the great and mighty pug race. You see a muscular, ironclad pug. Time passed.
Can we make the muscular ironclad pug big on the screen? Is that easy? Yeah.
And it's time passed, and we befriended the giants once again, mostly. And the Pug Kingdom grew into the mighty empire it is today. It was not without loss of innocence, as we had to develop a defense mechanism to survive. Now we grow and explore. Our Queen Mrs. Poochie Face, is my lord, to whom I swear fealty. Enemies of the realm persist, however. Now I strike out to help find a cure for an ailment which threatens all of Canania. A cure to the madnessing. Oh, the madnessing. The madnessing has swept the lands of Canania. Friend and foe alike suffer through a slow transformation from that of a good boy to a naughty no-no. Dogs begin to hear the squeak of toys, yet none are present. They smell yum-yums, but no treats are at hand. Lastly, and most cruelly, it feels like someone is tickling the bottom of their foot with a stick, but no one is there. Now I take my leave, hoping to find answers to the malady which encroaches upon the Pug Kingdom. However, as I set off for my voyage, there seems to be something tickling the bottom of my foot. What was that? I am Sir Wiggles, a level 3 Pug Laden of glory.
Perfect. I had a question and then I forgot it. Is that it?
So we got an elephant, a turtle, and a dog.
Oh, I had a question.
What?
I'm a knight. Can I get a sire? I'm supposed to have a sire.
We'll have to see to that in game, won't we?
Ooh. Who wants to be my squire? Casey.
Wait, squire or sire?
Casey, you want to be my squire?
Yeah, maybe. Right. Well, can I ask, like, with these different animal races, are any of them like, I don't know, like super racist towards each other? Should we like roll for that? No,
Roll for
definitely.
racism, just like in the real world.
Yeah.
When I see one I don't recognize, I just start barking.
Oh yeah, that does happen actually.
So.
Cool. You have all responded to the ad, and you've all reported to the estate of the Baroness Ophelia Asteria, which lies in the bayou land outside of Suzale. We're at this point we're in the Forgotten Realms map. I just used that map. And
Ophelia, Ostalia?
The it is currently
Ophelia Asteria.
the 8th of Myrtul. The the air is thick with humidity and heat and mosquitoes as you're in the bayou. Her plantation is on a vast estate surrounded. It's covered in vines. It looks a little bit worse for wear, but it is very grand, and you can tell a lot of money built this place. You are all in the entrance hall, having just arrived and having waited, and the Baroness stands before you. She is a high elf. She wears well-made, classy clothing. She is wearing like a white work shirt and boots and pants that look like she could work, but they're all fairly clean. To the side, the room you're in is like very ornate. There's like big windows with vines you can see on the outside of the window and vast lands outside. There's several couches to entertain guests, though it looks like there hasn't been any parties here recently. There are several attendants. There is a woman on a couch to the side of the room, fanning herself. She has a black cloth covering most of her face except for one eye. She is also attended by a gnome attendant and another high elf on the side. The gnome is very simply dressed. The other high elf is wearing like leather armor and has like a dagger and looks tough. She speaks. You're all wondering why I've called you here today, I am sure. For such a large undertaking as was outlaid in the ads. About a year ago today, my son set out on an expedition to more further north than any maps depict. With him, he brought a company. He hired. He brought his friend, his best friend in the world, Sheplin, little gnome, little disgusting thing, little sniveling weakling. Don't know why he ever brought him. Brought a few others with him, couple mercenaries. Yeah, you know that that famous explorer? It's on the books. Hired him to lead the expedition. Point is,
he's very famous. What is his name again?
you'll have to ask around. I don't remember such things.
What is your son's
Volvo.
name?
Well, let me get my son's Varian. See, Varian Asteri, see? And I'm not naive here, but I asked you here today to find him. I would like you, the three of you, and Pelia here. She gestures to the rogue, the very clearly marked rogue high elf attendant next to her. Will be leading y'all in expedition to locate my son and, if possible, any of his compatriots. Now, I'm no naive Southern Belles. You might understand. I understand he might no longer be with us.
That's
But
probably what happened.
in order for you to be granted the favors and wealth outlined in that there ad, I will require you to bring him back alive or dead. That means I will need his remains or his body. Now,
So, not undead then.
No, hopefully not.
Sometimes when my people die, we burn them and put them into a small box. Would that suffice?
That will absolutely not suffice. You must not burn my
I
son.
see.
She looks annoyed at you.
I won't burn your son if he is dead or alive.
Yes.
Okay.
No undead.
No undead. Now, I must make arrangements for y'all to be shipped up to the north. This should take about 3 days. I must ask until then that you stay on the property, or you may during the day go to town. But I can't have any of you wandering off, getting lost. There is a limited time to sail to the north. There's only so many days of the year where a ship can get in or out. You understand, time is of the essence. You see. On that note, Tevy, would you show these kind fellas to their rooms? The gnome says, yes, madame. Would you follow me?
Yes, but can I ask, Mr. Rogue, are you the leader
Hell
of this expedition?
I will be leading the expedition. Yes,
And
I am Pelia Quarrel.
And do you have experience with the ice, the snow?
Experience, yes. With the ice, not exactly. But I have been the quartermaster of this house for a good long time, and you will have to trust me that I am qualified to lead this expedition.
Yes, what are your experiences in leadership? Have you ever led a small kingdom, or are you descended from someone who has led a small kingdom? A medium-sized kingdom, but it's a very prestigious liberal arts kingdom.
She looks very annoyed at the question and walks up to you and gets in your face and says, "Have you ever had to lead a staff of over 200 in a vast estate covers hundreds of acres with no resources and make sure everybody falls in line?" I'm doing the southern voice. Have you ever... That same thing, but in a different voice.
Okay. I've always believed it's a leader's job to let others do the dirty work.
Mm-hmm. And that is... One might say I am the one that does the dirty work around here. Tell me...
Yes, the one who was led.
Honey, you don't want to see how dirty it can get here.
This whole time I've been barking at the gnome because I've never seen anything like it. It's weird. I'm just yelling at it.
Tebby the gnome is just it's very anxious.
Hey, look at you! What are you? What are you? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sir,
You're different. Yeah.
I have to ask you to. Could you come down? This is why are you barking at me? This is
I don't know.
Why are you shouting?
I don't know. It's a thing that we do. It's a reaction. Don't take it personally.
I hope it's really annoying. It's scary. I don't like it. Could you
that's
stop?
why we do it. We just have to establish that we're different than you, and we have to question that. Yeah. So, but again, nothing personal. It's
You're like a weird dog, man. I've never seen you, but I'm not rude about it.
Yeah, but like I said, okay.
Weird
I
dog
start.
man comment is a little rude.
Yes, I agree.
I start licking my drink.
Fine.
And
I'm fine. I'm sorry for the dog man comment, but
maybe next you would tell him he is not allowed to sit on the coach.
oh, nobody's allowed to sit on the couches. They're for party goers only.
Hundreds of years ago, my people fought wars so that we could sit on couches.
They're decorative couches. No one sits on them.
The Great Couch Wars of 12. I think it was the year was 12.
Wait, so Pelia, what race is Pelia?
Elf.
High elf, okay. And they're the rogue one?
She's a rogue.
And the dagger gnome was named, what was their name again?
Capellia had the dagger. The gnome did not have a dagger. The gnome is
okay.
Tebby.
Okay.
He is very, very simply dressed, as if he doesn't have a class.
Why are you short? Why are you short?
Dude, we just went over this. Why?
This is if you have like a squeaky toy or a piece of rope or something, just that'll calm me down. I'm sorry that the Giants did this. It's generations of conditioning. Okay.
I'll see what I can do. But first, I think I'm supposed to lead you to your rooms. Will you follow me?
Yes, Tevi.
Okay. Tebby leads you down a hallway, and goes around a corner. And as soon as you're out of sight, he turned around to you guys and says, "Do you guys think this is weird at all?"
Yes, I mean, look, you're like 2 feet tall. It's strange.
Okay, yeah, it's not that weird where I'm from, but
Well, why'd you ask?
you all responded to an ad. Like, the first expedition, they got lost. They had the world famous explorer. They were led by Lawrence Edmund Akmanos. You know those books? That guy.
Oh, that is his name, yes. Lawrence
Are you guys?
Aknos.
Here's a question. Do you guys? This is a backstory. There is this explorer who is in many pulpy books about exploration. Lawrence Edmund Akmanos, like Michael Crichton level books and exposure to the world. Do you guys know him?
Yes, I have. I have read all of these books.
No, my queen just told me to come here. I can't even read.
Yes, I'm deeply familiar with his, especially with the ones about the Far Eastern business and their external affairs.
Cool. So yeah, the first expedition was led by a world famous explorer. The second expedition, it's just you guys.
I am sure Pelia is up to the task.
Yes, I know. We are much more powerful than Lawrence Edmund Atkins. Well, at least I am, but I would hope that my compatriots are at the same level.
Okay.
I think the only one of us who isn't the same level is the little one. See, because we are all roughly the same height.
See, I'm not going, but honestly,
You should go.
compared to the guys I sent the first time, I might as well be going. Cause
Well, sometimes a small, highly trained team can succeed where a large group would fail.
Yes.
that might be true for like if you're infiltrating a castle or something, but this is like going to the north. I think numbers help there. Like if I were you, like, are you guys just gonna sit around the state for the next couple days?
Yes,
if I were-
Yes.
we're going to stay and urinate on everything. Yes.
If I were you guys, I'd go ask around and see like what's up with the last expedition. Maybe that'll help you, give you a leg up.
What's he saying?
So Ubad turns to Tebi, and he quickly casts a spell. He casts Friends, and I say, Tebi, we are not mere things to be trifled with. We are very powerful, and our return is almost certain. And if you want to be in our good grace when we do return, you'll help us in every way you can. And that's
He doesn't have stats.
that's a 19 to intimidate.
Wait, do I get a saving throw on friends?
Nope.
No, I just get advantage on a charisma roll.
Damn.
Even if I'm growling at you?
Peppy is very intimidated. They're like, yeah, I'm trying to help you. Why are you? What? Good. You don't need to threaten me. Holy shit.
Thank you,
Keep
Tevi.
threatening him. He's very short. It's working.
Tevi, who would you recommend that we speak with?
Well, okay. The first expedition there was 7 of them. There's Varian, his little friend Sheplin next. That don't get me started on Sheplin.
Shetland?
No,
That
not
race
Shetland.
is very peculiar. And we'll get along.
Yes, Zeppelin was it?
Led Zeppelin next. There's these
Were
two.
you familiar with him?
Yes, why is his mother so biased against this Sheplin?
He sucks. I don't agree with the Baroness a lot, but Sheplin really he's just this gross little sniveling dude. He's also I hate to talk about another gnome like this, but
You hate to see a self-loathing, no.
He's short, isn't he? He's shorter than you.
he's very short. It's really weird.
Okay, so now we're finding some common ground. I get it.
Yeah, his mom's is an aristocrat. She lives in town. He used to live with her before. Maybe you could look through his stuff. I don't know. They hired 2 mercenaries at the tavern in town. I didn't catch their names. 2 dwarf sisters, I believe. You could see about the Jolly Owlbear, I believe, is the name of the tavern. That's where all the hirings and stuff go. That's the #1 place to go in town if you need extra muscle.
They have one of those here.
They do. You're familiar with it?
Yes, it's a fantastic establishment.
Honestly, I've
Always
never been.
pleased by them.
It scares the hell out of me, but that's where they've been.
We have one in Pagonia. Yes.
They just always hang out at the JO.
Varian also, he had his tutor. His tutor had demanded to go. His name was Ephraim Giros. He was he was with us for a long time. Was tutored Varian since he was a young boy. His quarters is down the hall. I could show you in a minute.
Yes, please.
Yes, I would like to urinate on it.
And
You mean in the bathroom, right?
Yes.
and then there was Lawrence Edmund Ackman and his 2 compatriots. You might be able to find they have a guild hall in town. You might be able to ask about them there. Taking notes, Simon. Thank you.
Which is funny because my character is a -2 intelligence, so I don't even think they're gonna. This is just for me, but he's just gonna be useless. So
I think that's everybody. Yeah.
Oh, so the expedition was also quite small, it seems.
Yeah, but is twice as big as this one.
Well,
how many? I can't count.
well
Which
it
one is
doesn't
7?
require counting. It's just for each one of us, there were 2 of them.
There's 7 of them.
There were 8.
There were 8 of them. I counted wrong. I'm really bad at math. Don't
I understand.
tell the
See,
Baroness.
again, we're finding common ground.
It's just
She
a
think-
stereotype that gnomes are good at math anyway.
Yeah, it's really disgusting. It's really pervasive in gnome society. I'm trying to break the stereotype by just being horrible at math.
One day they'll let you sit on the couch.
Yes, and I love how you break the stereotype of most gnomes having a giant beard, and you have just a very long soul patch. It's quite distinguished.
Do you like it? I've been trying it
Yes.
out. Thank you. You're the first person that liked it. Everybody else just thinks it's terrible and tells me to shave it.
It definitely does not look like you messed up shaving, so you cut off everything else but that and just kept it. It doesn't look like that at all. It looks very professional and on purpose.
Thank you. I was going for it on purpose. That was the intentionality. That was what I was going for. Thank you. So do you want to go see Ephraim's quarters, or do you?
Yes, have they already been looted, ransacked?
Why? This is quarters.
Not
why,
yet?
who would
Okay.
do that?
Great.
Before we get onto the quarters, I do have a question. Do you know if Pelia will be providing all supplies? If I need any particular supplies, they're a quartermaster after all. Can I just ask them and they'll be quartered?
Yeah, sure. Just give me a list. I'll pass it on.
Okay.
I have a question.
What's that?
There seem to be chickens on the property. I will be chasing them. Can you provide
No,
me
don't do that.
what? Why? They're chickens,
There's
and if I don't
lay-
chase them, then they'll
they-
just stand there.
They lay really expensive eggs, and if you scare them, then they don't lay eggs for a week. It's
Yes, the same thing happens with turtles.
Yes.
they'll get so pissed off at me. Please, it's a favor to me. Please don't do that.
A week is like 21 days. It's crazy.
It is
The
similar to
Fabergé
21
hands
days.
are quite priceless.
All right, I'll just sniff at them very menacingly and eat
Yeah.
one.
Please,
Its death will be quick.
if you do anything to the chickens, they're gonna blame me. Just as a favor to me.
Perfect.
I know you think I'm weird, but please be nice to the chickens.
Tebby, you are wonderful. Now, if you could procure me, I need 150 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs, as well as a brass brazier.
I'll take one of those two.
I'll take a chicken.
Are
And
these spell components?
maybe.
Possibly.
Brass brazier, which the spell consumes.
Here, can you run that by me again so I can write it down?
Yes. That would be 150 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs, along with a brass brazier. Just one of those.
Mukbanging.
Okay.
Awesome.
And maybe 5 bottles of fine wine, if you have it. Middling wine would do as well. If you have the labels from the fine wine, don't tell anyone I told you this, but if you have the labels from the bottles of fine wine, you can put it over the middling wine. And 1 bottle of dwarven spirits.
You got it. I'll write it down.
And shell wax. As much shell wax as can be laid on hand quickly.
Yes. Do you have tusk gel? I've never seen it outside of Celestia, but I always have to ask.
I have to see. We'll have it delivered to your rooms tonight, if possible. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you, Ted.
Sir Wiggles, do you want while I'm taking orders? Do you want a double? Do you want fries? What do you want?
Okay, fine. Yes, I would like rabbit skin. A rabbit skin undersuit that I may put under my armor if it gets cold. I would like a fur hat, preferably made out of, I don't know, maybe Labrador or Pit Bull or something like that. Rabbit will do if you don't have that.
Well, I'll see what we could do.
I would also like a +3 longsword and a +5 shield. Preferably made out of, again, Labrador or Pit Bull. That is fine.
+3 makes the best long swords.
Absolutely. I would also like, it's going to be a long, so some hide to chew, jerky. I would like squeaky toys, rope, and I met a mage a long time ago who pointed a red light on the ground and I chased it. It was quite exhilarating. But that is something you have.
You want a red light or a wizard that does a red light? What are you asking
Oh,
for?
and I shall require a squire. Yes, I am a knight without a squire right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be you. I'll
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I might kill you.
Maybe one of the chickens can be your squire.
That would be a
I
fine
told
start.
you can't take the chickens.
If I could take a chicken, perhaps if it's a bard, that would be fine.
If he can't have a chicken, can he have a pack of greenies for his teeth?
I'll see what I can do.
This is a good opportunity for a chicken.
And then
The
I would like
chickens-
to go into this Ephraim's room.
Yes, let's go. He leads you down several hallways, past. Just to give you a picture, there's these long hallways with like nice rugs and like portraits of like various important looking high elves on the walls. Like, and there's like a table with an urn on it. You know how these rich places go. And you're going in, then you make it into the servants' wing, and you come to a locked door. Ephraim is, Tebby is going through his keys, right, and he tries one on the door, and he's like, "That's funny. The key to his room doesn't work. It's weird. Like, I should have all the keys to this, but it's."
Please step aside. Allow me. And I just start scratching the door.
I have a hammer.
Might take a while, but I will get in. This usually works.
You can't leave any marks. We're not supposed to be in this.
All scratched up.
Is there a keyhole or a crack under the door?
There is both.
Right, I guess I will peek
There's
through
a
the
keyhole under the
keyhole
door.
and then cast Misty Step into the room.
Ooh, fancy.
Unless someone can pick the lock.
I start barking.
You do that. You're in the room.
I turn around and open the door.
The door is locked.
On both sides? That's a fire hazard.
Let me describe the room. The room is very simple and like immaculately well kept. There is a single bed, a chest of drawers, a desk, and there is like a window, but it's like high up and small kind of window. It's not like a big window. It almost looks like no one lives here because there's like no personal accoutrements or anything. It's very plain.
All right. And the door is locked on both sides.
Yeah.
Okay. I will put my mouth to the door and say, this door is locked on this side too. I'll just take a quick look around. And can I
Put my nose under the door and just go.
investigate the room?
Yeah. Give me a roll.
First roll of the campaign. That's 18.
Second.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
18. These rolls. Cool. You look through everything, and you look through like the what's it called, the armoire. That's what I want to say. And there are several simple robes in there, as if it belonged to some sort of cleric or like priest. There's also a number of books inside the desk that are about just anything that it's a series of general like knowledge books that one might use to tutor a young aristocrat. And you got an 18, so I'm going to say if you look under the bed, it's hard to reach because you're turtle and very unathletic or anything, but you can see a loose floorboard under the bed.
All right. Well, I will pocket some of the more interesting books because I am a reader. And
Turtle, are you doing well in there?
Yes, I believe there is a loose floorboard under the bed.
How big is the crack under the door?
Half an inch.
Um, do you think
There's
something
also a
sized
window.
Tiny could get under.
Sure. Like a rat could get under.
Well,
Or Tebby could get under. Tebby, you should get under the door.
Can look how tall I am. Like, I'm shorter than you, but like, look how tall I am, and look at that. Like, what are you talking about?
well, Tebby and
Yeah.
Wiggles argue. I take the small bird that has been on kind of like the back of my head cleaning up like gnats, and I take him down to the crack of the door, and he briefly turns into a tiny demonic creature until I command him to be invisible, and have him go under the crack of the door.
I start yelling at it.
What is this tiny demonic creature? Please describe this.
I mean, I think stat-wise, it's supposed to be tiny demonic. It's supposed to be an imp.
I
but,
don't care about stat. What does he look
I
like?
think he's like kind of a little. He's kind of like a little blob of ice and water. Kind of just like a twirling thing of, like, he'd be like a dry ice Pokemon.
Okay, and he immediately turned invisible. Was he visible at all in that form?
Yeah, for one moment. I was trying to time it while Tebby and Wiggles were arguing.
Okay, I'll give you that. Cool, and he goes under the door and does what?
And he will look around.
I'll say he sees the same loose floorboard under the bed that Mr. Turtle did.
And he has 120 feet of Devil's Sight. Can you see anything underneath the loose floorboard?
Devil's Sight is you get to see through darkness.
Yes.
Well, you can't see. Can you see through wood?
No, I was just wondering through like the crack of it, if it was lifted.
Dark.
Maybe if the wood were an illusion.
I don't think you can see. I don't think the cracks between the wood are like. I don't think you could look through them. I think you have to lift it up. In order
All
to
right,
see
well,
it.
I'm just gonna try and move the bed and lift up the floorboard anyway.
Okay. Make. You're just how you moving the bed?
I mean, I'm just pulling it out from the wall because I can't get under there with my shell.
Cool. It makes. I guess that you can do that, but it makes a very loud furniture moving sound.
Yeah, but you know, people are always moving furniture around the servants' quarters. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Tebby says, "Fuck! You should be quiet. We're not supposed to be here."
Okay, I'll lift it up to move the rest of the way.
Hurry up in there.
Okay, I pull up the floorboard.
Cool. Under the floorboard, you see a golden book.
Okay, so it's like a little
grab
kind of
that.
secret compartment. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll grab the book.
Roll me a wisdom save.
It's a good roll, but I believe I have. Oh no, I'm proficient in wisdom saves. 17.
You don't. You feel like you briefly feel like some pressure on your head, and it disperses.
How strange.
As if you successfully, as if there were a booby trap and you successfully saved.
Okay, nothing else in there, right?
No.
Okay, I'll close it back up. I'll try and lift the bed so it's a little quieter this time.
Why don't you roll me stealth?
Let's see, that's 15 minus 2, 13.
Sure. You did it quietly.
Heard it.
For a 400-pound turtle.
So it's just me on this voyage now. It seems the others have.
No, Ubad is still there.
Oh,
All right, well, if there's nothing else in here, I'll Misty step back through the keyhole and hope that I don't need any more spells today.
Done.
where'd you go?
Oh, I was just looking around in the room. I found this book.
Oh. It's, no.
And I telepathically command Pompadour to come back out and follow me. He's still invisible.
I'm just barking. There's a lot of stimuli.
Yes. Tebby, if you could also get us maybe a hooded lantern, 5 sets of manacles, 10 flasks of oil, 5 vials of perfume, and then as many alchemist fire flasks, holy water vials, or healing potions as you're able to require.
Maybe some food as well.
How do you want that cooked?
Head cat, just fine.
You know, something that travels well. Something, you know, will be adventuring. I don't know, like a veal parmesan, perhaps.
I do think Pelia is going to be in charge of the provisions for the things. I think she's taking care of that much.
Oh, okay, great. And
Excellent.
She is leading the expedition. She's not stupid. She's not going to be like, did anybody bring the snack when you get there?
and then how about a hunter's trap?
I'll see what I can
Probably don't
do.
We probably don't need a merchant scale. Oh, a signal whistle. We definitely need a signal whistle. And a spyglass.
Ubad, are you going to be carrying all of this?
Yes. I'll take responsibility
perhaps,
for all of
but-
this.
My squire can help.
The chicken.
Yes, we'll see about the squire.
Squire, a Goliath should suffice. Or a chicken bard.
You're the only people that showed up for the mission. I told you that. That's the weird thing about
said if
this.
we
You're
need
not gonna.
anything,
We
I
can't find another person for you. That's.
You asked.
Well, we still have
So-
a few days.
You do. Yes. We'll see if anybody else shows up. Fine.
So we still have Sheplin's mother, the Jolly Owlbear, and the Explorers Guild. Should we be on our way, or should we split up?
Well, we could
It's-
also quickly read this book. Perhaps
I'll
learn
say
more.
it's getting late in the day.
So Jolly
Yes, the
Owlbear.
perfect time to visit the Jolly Owlbear.
And it's about an hour into town.
They have hot dogs, and I pull out something that I was given. It's one of those bowl mazes that you put food in for a dog, and they have to like
The slow
nose
eater.
it to get it out. Yeah, I could go for hot dog and spaghetti.
Yeah, I think the Baroness wanted you to stay on the property each night so you guys didn't get caught out right before this thing happened. Maybe you should go into town tomorrow. But I can go get some hot dogs from the kitchen.
That makes me really want to go into town now for some
Yeah,
reason.
me too. But
I
I
mean,
suppose
who's
town will be
going
there
to stop us?
tomorrow.
If you want to go to the town now, you can do that.
Who's going to stop us?
I would like to read
What's
this
happening?
book.
What's happening in the house? Is there a party? Are there guests? Or
No, there's just like you can see servants going around cleaning, going from room to room, whatever. It's not busy, and it definitely seems understaffed here. It's like pretty barren for such a large estate.
yes, I believe I have private matters to attend to. Tortle, should we meet an hour after darkness, and you can tell us what is in the book?
Sure.
Can I do my channel divinity thing?
Yes.
The one where I look for undead fiends,
Yeah, why not?
or dead fiends. 60 foot, 600, 60, 100 feet. 60 feet. Looking
Yes,
for
yes,
fiends,
6D100.
undead. Where are my books?
And none of the books in there look like spell books, right?
Nope.
Cool, cool.
There's like some religious texts and like history textbooks and shit.
Excellent.
You say you took them, right?
I grabbed a few.
Okay.
Will you read me the story?
Yes.
Good. All right, divine sense. I would like to see if there's any evil presence, celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of me that is not behind total cover.
Which pretty much just means in the hallway.
I don't know you. I don't know you, especially the little one.
Divine sense.
And it would register Ubad's, I guess, ice, water, demon.
Sure. Wait, Ubad, where's your buddy?
He's sort of like invisible, floating around, kind of like the Great Gazoo from the Flintstones.
Okay, so he left the bedroom.
Yeah, I called him back. If Sir Wiggles announces that he's doing this out loud, I will probably unsummon him to a pocket dimension.
What's the deal, Sir Wiggles?
Yes, good compatriots, I will announce now that I am looking for fiends, undead, and celestials, just to make sure everyone's on the. I don't trust the little one. I don't know what it is. He's little.
What about a fey parrot?
The fey parrot. I would see that it is a fey parrot, and that is a fey parrot. Yes.
I mean, I can see it without a spell. I think he's fine.
Yes, but did you know it was fey, or did you just think it was a really scary-looking parrot?
I did. I just thought he was a scary parrot. You have a point.
Yeah. Okay. So let me do this. Excuse me, I need to concentrate. I'm channeling my divine sense.
Tebby leans over to Untitled Turtle and says, "Do we need to bring him to a vet? Is this normal? You know him?"
That would be wise. I have some training.
Okay. Is there anything?
No, there's
Ugh.
nothing.
All right. The little one is.
Okay. Yeah. Let me show you to your rooms, and then I'll have all that stuff delivered by the morning. So.
All of it. Good.
He leads you down the hallway to another part of the estate.
Even late evening would be great.
You asked for a lot of stuff. We're gonna get it as fast as we can.
Hot dogs, please.
There's 3 rooms, and he first says, "Okay, Obad, this is you."
I will take my leave now. Thank you.
Next one, Wiggles. Here's your room.
Yes.
And what was your name again?
Oh, I have not yet been given the name for this job.
What?
I said I have not yet been given the name for this job.
That's a weird name.
Thank you.
That's his name? I've not yet been given a name for this job.
How old are you, Tortle?
I'm 17.
I think we should call him Young Sheldon.
Yes, Shelley is a very common name given to my kind.
Okay, okay, young Sheldon, this is your room here.
I thought
Thank
someone would argue that point with me. He says as he closes his door.
Why would we argue? Don't you hate arguing? You're like a royal. You were really
Who's gonna
obnoxious about
argue?
it earlier.
I will if no one else. I don't like it. Sir Wiggles enters the room, sniffs around, very good, and then lifts his leg up. He gets to urinate on all of everything.
Good.
Do I need to roll
I will-
anything for that, or we're clear?
No, noted.
Okay.
You
Okay.
peed on your room.
Everybody, go to YouTube and look up Pug peeing upside down. And if you haven't seen it, it's amazing. And that's kind of
And
what I do.
that's when we got demonetized.
You know what also pugs do that's amazing? Is they
What's
spin
that?
in a circle really fast before they have to go number 2.
That's a lot of dogs do that. Is that like a
But
pug
I think
specific
just
thing?
because pugs are so short, it's a lot weirder.
Oh, I could believe that.
Spin in a
Cool.
circle very fast.
Well, I would like to read that book.
Cool. Yeah, we'll get that in a second. If you're all in your rooms for now, and before long you hear a knock on the door, and there for each of you a servant has brought a plate of hot dogs.
I actually only eat vegetables.
We'll get right on that.
Thank you.
They bring back a plate of veggie dogs.
Okay.
Nice. I like my meat to be in the shape of vegetables instead of the other way around.
Yes, that's why you ordered the most cucumber-looking meat.
Thank you. I just scarf it down. Am I poisoned?
Cool. No, you're fine. These are like some primo hot dogs. It's like some rich people hot dogs.
Mm-hmm. And I bury one in the blankets. So I eat most. I bury one in the blankets.
Cool.
Yeah.
Reading the book, are you?
Yeah, I'll cast Detect Magic first, and then I'll read the book.
Oh, there is oodles of illusion magic on this thing.
Nice. I will disbelieve it as I read it. That's what you do with illusions, right?
It doesn't work for this one. You open the book and you can see absolutely nothing in it. Every page is blank.
I think I'm reading this book wrong. I can cast Comprehend Languages, so I understand all written languages, but there's no written languages. Illusion magic. Maybe I'll take it over to my compatriots.
Cool.
Gentlemen, I can't read this book.
That makes two of us.
Let's go see what Udab thinks of it.
The book was in there when I did my divine sense, so I would know if it's a fae or undead. Okay.
It isn't.
Good to know.
Ubad,
Yes.
can you read this book? I cannot read this book.
As you knock on the door, there's a you can kind of hear a little bit of a shuffle and maybe a brief panic from Ubad. He comes out as quickly as he can, and
Breathing heavily.
he will try and read the book.
I have detected some sort of illusion magic. I do not have the skill to see through it.
By the way, when you knocked on the door, I started barking because I wanted to let everyone know that someone's knocking at the door. I didn't really put it together that it was you, even though I was there. Yeah. Yeah. I can. Would you like me to pee on it? See,
No.
there is ammonia. Okay. If it is.
Yeah, so Ubad will resummon his invisible familiar, hang out floating by him. I don't think he can see through illusions, though. I think he can just see through magical darkness.
It's just devil sight.
Not true.
And double checking. Yeah, he doesn't have true sight.
Cool.
Well, we may have to just take it with us and continue to work on this puzzle.
Maybe someone at the guild hall knows how to read something without letters. Or
you
read.
mean like numbers?
Are there any smells coming off the book?
It smells slightly mildewy, like it was under the floorboards in a bayou for a year.
Smells delicious. It smells very nice.
Thank you.
Let me hold on to the book and meditate with it and see if I can come to any conclusions.
Very well. I should warn you, when I first picked it up, it reached out to my mind, and I retreated into my mental shell. So just be careful.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Oh gosh. Cool. It is nighttime now. You have been advised to stay on the premises, and yeah. Do you guys do anything else?
Yeah, I think in Ubad's room, he's eaten half the hot dogs and the other half are in like a little pyramid as an offering.
Mm-hmm.
And he will wait and listen until he thinks everybody is gone.
Okay. Are the others leaving?
I start sniffing at the hot dogs that you've so ceremoniously structured.
Well, they're inside his
Licking.
room, which I mean,
Are we
I
out of?
don't
Are we out of
think
there?
he didn't invite anyone in.
That's-
Okay.
The conversation was in the hallway.
Cool.
I'll
Right?
just
That's how I was.
I will get back a second level spell slot with arcane recovery for the short rest, and I will also ritually cast alarm on the hallway outside so that I know if anyone is approaching.
Okay. Don't you have to pick an effect for that?
This one, it's either an audible alarm or a mental alarm. I'll pick an audible alarm so that maybe the others can hear it.
Cool.
Tortle, they said that we're not to leave the premises, but they didn't say we weren't allowed to leave the building.
Yes.
Should we get Ubad and look around for anything that we can chew Perhaps
Or drink?
slippers that we can ruin. Or drink, yes.
Sure,
Or
if you want.
maybe there's some grass we could eat and then throw up later.
I do like to eat grass.
I go up to Ubad's door and I start scratching on it.
Ubad stops what he's doing and kind of tries to cover it and position everything behind the door. And he goes, "Yes."
It's me, Sir Wiggles. Me and young Sheldon, we're going to look around because we can. I smell some things that probably are intact and whole, and I don't like that. They should be tattered. So if you want to, come with,
That
maybe
is
we could-
a fabulous idea, Sir Wiggles. It's the best idea I have heard all day. Let me finish freshening up and be my best self, and I will join you shortly.
Oh, he's gonna take a bath. That's so weird.
How long do we wait?
Why don't you just go on your way, and I will follow the path of unraveled tapestries.
Okay. Well, the thing is that as a dog, I have a pack mentality, which means that, it's at least three. Two is a pair, but three is a pack. So, Oh, okay. You can catch up with us later. It is fine.
Does a
We
parrot
will-
count?
We will find glory on our own. Come, turtle and scary parrot. Let us make legends.
Is that what you call urination?
Bark at things. Bark at things I don't know. We go downstairs.
Cool.
Um,
Now that Ubad is alone, Shaza
yes.
appears and looks upon your hot dog pyramid. Says, "Mmm, what a feast you have prepared for me, Ubad.
Yes, Shazar the Fortunate.
You are quite
have,
the disciple."
Prepared this for you.
He reaches out his hand, and the hot dogs are engulfed in blue light, and they disappear. I have no need for food, but I shall keep these somewhere safe.
They'll be
Ow.
the safest with you, Shazar.
Oh, don't you know it?
But
Have you summoned me for any particular reason?
yes, wise Shazar, I've come here as you asked.
Yes.
And joined this expedition, and
We
we found that this curious magical novel in one of the previous explorers' rooms. There appears to be some magic about it.
Oh, let me see this thing. A blue light engulfs the book and floats in front of him, and he kind of turns around and he examines it. Is like, what a silly little spell. We won't have any of that. And he swats something away, and it kind of like crosses his arms and starts flipping through the pages. How curious. Order of Silence. I have never heard of such a thing. Yes, this appears to be the holy text of some sort of Order of Silence. Why don't you take a look? He tosses it to you.
Can I see anything?
Yeah. All the words are visible. If you look in the on the cover, you see a gif, a glyph that is kind of
It's
like
pronounced Schliff.
glyph. You see an animated gif. You see a gif of it's
It's that hamster dancing again.
of a closed fist, not Black Power fist at all, but like a backwards fist. Is the glyph you see on the cover, and inside it reads the Book of the Order of Silence. Do you read the whole thing? What do you want?
I think Ubad is more of a skimmer.
Okay. You get the gist of it, and you see the Order of Silence is a very secret order that dedicates themselves to destroying magic, any strong or artifacts, magic things that they discover in the world to keep the world safe from them. And they're very secretive. And there's
Yes,
like
they are. Very secretive.
there's stuff in there about like if you need to keep this book under a illusion spell that makes all the words invisible, and you have to put a booby trap on it that'll wipe anybody's mind who tries to pick it up. That's what you get from it. Let's go downstairs. Sir Wiggles and young Sheldon, you are you're downstairs. You are in the area you started in the entertaining hall. What are you doing?
Is there anybody down there?
No.
Good.
Are you like looking for people, or what are you doing?
Well, like, do we hear a gathering, a kitchen?
No, it's night. People are generally asleep.
Oh, it's like late night.
Yeah. Oh, I thought.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
So,
Sir Wiggles, what do you normally do when you go out like this at night?
So I will say that you don't see anybody, but no one's done any kind of roll to try hard to see someone.
I usually walk around. I smell things. I sometimes eat.
What do your pug nose tell you?
Investigation. -2, so that's an 8.
Maybe you should stick to perceiving, and I will investigate.
I will perceive. 19 plus 2, 21 perception.
Jesus.
My dog senses.
You hear footsteps down a hallway, like pretty far, in like the cool area, the mistress's quarters.
I hear how many footsteps belonging to.
You hear 2 sets of footsteps.
I hear 2 sets of footsteps in the mistress's chamber. It is
It's like a wing.
the wing. I think it's called. Should we go in there?
That seems.
Should we bring them their
rude.
slip? I see slippers. Should we bring them their slippers?
I don't think they've asked us for the slippers.
Okay. Yes. They usually don't, but they're very needed. Someone's opening a soda somewhere.
Yes, I've heard a lot of fireworks as well.
Well, maybe we should look around. Let's see what we can find. This place has secrets and glory and scary music and hot dogs.
Where are you looking? What are you doing?
Is there like a study with a desk?
Maybe you have been shown it. You could like go look in every door.
Are the doors open?
No.
No, they're locked.
They're not. You haven't, or you don't know if
They're locked for a dog.
Well, maybe we should go terrorize the chickens.
I believe we cannot leave the premises.
Is that on the premises or off? What is technically the premises?
I
Is
guess
that the property?
Always thought it was the house.
Is the premises the house or is the premises the property? Either way.
If you drink here, it's on premise, but if you take the drink, it's off premise.
I see.
yes.
Very good. All right. Well, I'm right behind you.
Okay. Let's look for the kitchen, and I start trying all the doors.
Okay. Where are you going? Towards where you came from, or where you heard the footsteps?
I guess came from.
Okay. In the first area, you come to a fancy dining room. Is the first door you see, and it looks like several of the doors next to it also go to this dining room.
Okay. Let's keep checking.
You just gotta Scooby Doo it.
Well, I do. What I want is a study, but want it to be plausible that we're just looking for the kitchen.
Don't believe me.
The second door you look at, what's your intelligence?
Very.
Where did I put all these
I am
characters?
a wizard, if you might remember.
Okay, you have a good intelligence. You might intuit that any sort of study wouldn't be on the servant side of things.
Oh, is this the servant? They put us in the servants' quarters.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we'll go the other way.
I found the kitchen.
Cool.
Did we find the kitchen?
I found something to eat.
If you open the second door, yes, you found the kit. If you open the door next to the dining room, yes, you found the kitchen.
I didn't do that. I found something under the couch. I'm eating it. But very fast.
Roll Constitution.
Natural 20. 24. 26.
Yeah, cool. You're fine. Let's jump back to Obad. Are you doing anything else?
Yeah, not really. As soon as Shaza is gone, Ubat will kind of wash his face, kind of freshen up, and then go look for them.
Okay. I'll say, as you're coming out of the kitchen, you are reunited.
Did we find any snacks in the kitchen?
Yes.
Ubad, would you like a snack?
You found
Yeah,
a bunch of hot dogs and veggie dogs, and you see a locked cabinet that says rare eggs.
Are there any peanuts?
Why don't you roll perception? You have don't you have advantage on smells checks?
Should.
Well, I rolled twice, but the first one was a natural 20, so that's
Okay.
21.
Sweet. You smell some peanuts in the pantry, and you found peanuts.
Yeah, his trunk just goes in and reaches and grabs 5 pounds of peanuts.
Very, very sanitary.
I'm imagining their shell. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Did the elephants crack the shells? They just eat the whole thing, right?
I imagine. I used to
Do
work at the
elephants
zoo.
actually like peanuts, or is that just something from a cartoon I saw as a kid?
I used to work at the zoo, and we would feed them just thistles, and they just eat them whole.
Thistles, huh?
They would have me pick the thistles, and we're like, "We're gonna feed these to elephants." I'm like, "Okay." They're screwing up my hands. I'm gonna Godspeed. Cool. So are you're going to the other side and looking for a study?
Well, maybe just a little. We just want to know what's going on, right? This is a reasonable course of action.
Exactly.
Roll me a stealth for anybody who is participating in the search.
Does Ubad have disadvantage from just crunching on peanuts?
Nah.
8.
12.
Cool.
That is a 6.
Cool. You walk heavily. And the first door you find is a study.
Any papers about?
Tons. If you're looking for something, why don't you make me a roll of some kind?
I will
Ubad
investigate.
will stand outside and keep watch.
Okay.
That's what I'm good at.
16.
You find lots of documents pertaining to like the finances of the estate, and things are looking unsurprisingly not good. And it looks like you see some financial projections saying that they will be unable to employ their staff for another 3 years. They're going to be at this rate with the crop failures and such that have been happening, that they got to do something drastic to make money.
They should go into agritourism.
And as you do that, you hear Ubad hears footsteps coming from the hallway.
Let's cheese it.
Yeah, Ubad will kind of give him a heads up.
Cool.
Can we get back over to the kitchen area?
Why don't you roll me another stealth?
9.
12.
Sure. You're over there.
We were looking for the kitchen.
You see the woman with the black cloth walk out from the hallway and look at each of you quizzically.
Would you like a veggie dog?
She looks at it. She looks at it. She seems to examine it, and then she looks away, and she puts her hand and she points her hand, like directing you to back towards your rooms.
I smell her hand. I get it all wet.
You lick it.
Yes, I offer with my trunk and I say, would you like to sample the nut of pea?
She says nothing, and she once again gestures back towards your rooms.
Can I high five her?
Roll me sleight of hand.
I believe that is going to be a 0 after modifiers.
You were too slow, and yet she didn't even move.
Down low, too slow.
Turtles are not the best at high fiving.
All right, I'll go back to my room.
Very well, back to
I'm
the
a little
rooms.
bit sleepy, and it's scary.
Ubad, any luck with that tome?
Oh, well, yes, I've been meaning to tell you, we were distracted by our sojourn in the study, but it seems to be... Have you ever heard of the Order of Silence?
Have we heard of it?
Is this a pun? Is this a riddle? Have
Roll
you heard
me-
silence?
Roll me religion.
Ooh, I am very good at religion, and I rolled pretty high. Oh, I'm not that good. That's a 21.
Nope.
Oh,
What
about now?
No, but in the room I did see robes of a priestly nature.
Yes, they seem to be a religious order, a very secretive religious order, where they
Interesting.
crusade against magical weapons and items and objects.
Were there any secret handshakes or anything like that in the book?
Skimming the book to do
Yeah, there are included in the book several rites that you would to identify other members. Yes.
Excellent. Then
They're
when we
pictures.
encounter this tutor, we can trick him into thinking we are members.
Yes, I read the whole book, but why don't you read all of it, and that way we can talk about it. You can tell me about it in the morning.
Very well.
I believe they're called 2Ds.
I'm gonna point out something that maybe your characters care about, maybe you don't. How can you read the book now?
Because he got rid of the illusion.
Okay.
Ooh. See that shitty DM smirk.
All right. Well, I'll read the book at night.
Cool. Are you going back to your rooms?
Yes.
Yeah.
As I leave, I just peep 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 peep.
Is your alarm spell is up?
Yeah. Just in case. What's it last? 8 hours? I can renew it.
I think like 24 hours, right?
No, it's just 8 hours.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, before he goes to bed, Ubad is going to he's gonna take, I think, probably about half the bag of peanuts. I'm gonna think he's gonna eat half of them, and so he's gonna take what's left, and he is going to use his bottled respite and enter his room inside his ring.
Night eating is so fun.
Tell me what bottled respite does.
As an action, you can magically vanish and enter your vessel, which remains in the space you left.
Oh.
The interior of the vessel is an extra-dimensional space in the shape of a 20-foot radius cylinder 20 feet high and resembles your vessel. The interior is appointed with cushions and low tables and a comfortable temperature. While you can hear the area around your vessel as if it were in its space, you can remain inside the vessel up to a number of hours equal to twice your proficiency bonus. You exit the vessel early if you use a bonus action to leave, if you die, or if the vessel is destroyed. When you exit the vessel, you appear in an unoccupied space closest to it. Any object left in the vessel remain there until carried out, and if the vessel is destroyed, every object stored there harmlessly appears in unoccupied space closest to the vessel's former space. Once you enter the vessel, you can't enter again until you finish a long rest.
So basically, you could stay in there for 4 hours currently?
I believe so. Is it twice? Yeah, twice your proficiency.
So if you're hoping to sleep in there, I don't think you can do that currently.
No, he's just gonna leave his peanuts in there.
Oh, I thought you were going there.
He's gonna put him on a shelf.
Okay.
I think he'll probably hang out. Maybe he takes a short rest and goes to bed and takes a long rest.
Sweet. Is everybody else going to sleep?
Yes.
Yeah, I stand on my bed and I start walking in circles very slowly until I face north, and then I lay down.
Like a cow.
And I'll have a pompadour kind of take watch over the bed.
Cool. In the middle of the night, you hear an alarm sound off.
I peek outside.
How do you peek outside?
I stick my head out of my shell where I was sleeping, and then I open the door.
Start barking.
The door is locked.
Not this again. We should report this to the fire marshal immediately.
Excuse me, did you cast an alarm spell in my estate?
Do I see somebody?
You hear somebody from outside the door.
Yes.
I assume you haven't been a guest in someone's house before. This is considered rude, and I must ask you to refrain from doing such things in the future. I assure you are most safe on my premises. I have spared no expense in making sure nothing will happen to you here.
Are you the woman who would not even talk to us in the kitchen area?
You recognize this voice to be the Baroness.
So I guess we have different definitions of rudeness.
I run out in the hallway barking.
How do you run out into the hallway?
I run and I open the door and I start
The
barking.
door is locked.
I start barking at the door.
The
Stick my nose under the crack.
The alarm stops sounding, and you can feel the spell dissipate. Now, I suggest you fellows get some sleep. I'm gonna pretend this didn't happen, as long as you go back to sleep and there's no more incidents for the rest of your time here. You hear?
Did you just wake us up to tell us to go to sleep?
I didn't wake you up. Your alarm woke you up. Are you soft in the head?
Yes, it is my softest part. But did you lock the door before you woke us up?
I'm sorry, but did I hear that you were scrounging around my kitchen taking my peanuts earlier?
Well, we would have gone to the bar, but you limited us to the premises.
Do you know? Have you ever been to the bayou before? Do you know what lurks out there at night?
Is that a nearby tavern?
I'm hiring you for a job. I don't want you to be killed by something in the night before you could even leave for it.
Maybe an alarm spell would help me not to be killed in the night.
And just Ubad is sitting this out, and he's pretending to be asleep and just kind of keeping an eye and ear on the door for any trouble, but he is not engaging in this.
Cool.
So he does think it's hilarious that we're being asked to explore the Arctic, but being told to be afraid of what's in the bayou.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
But very well, I will go back to sleep.
I will leave you now. What's your name again?
You have not yet given me the name for this job.
Idiot. Is that okay? Can I call you idiot?
That is fine.
Because you're certainly asking and acting like that.
In Aquan, it is actually a term of great respect.
Sure. I will leave you now. Good night. Good evening. She leaves.
Are there windows in our room?
Yes. You're on the second floor.
Okay, so Ubad is gonna open his window, and before he goes back, he's just gonna have, have Pompadour do kind of like a fly around.
I was thinking the same thing with my parrot,
He's
Almirage.
still invisible. And how far can
Your parrot's called Almirage.
I don't remember why I named it that. This was a while ago. Isn't that some sort of bunny with a horn?
Yes.
Yeah. I think you can get an Almirage familiar.
Yes, you can.
If
It
you
has
ask
like the
very
best
nicely.
perception of any familiar. I remember that because I was using that for one of the curs.
We'll never know which one. Yeah, so I mean, I'll do 100 feet telepathically, like through senses. Does Pompadour notice anything?
You're just doing a loop around,
Mm-hmm.
just outside.
Yeah.
You see an alligator in the swamp. It's just chilling.
And
Does it
then
have a clock on its back?
You also see an owl and a bunch of mosquitoes.
yeah, so Ubad will have Pompadour do like the same thing but at 500 feet, and he can't telepathically see that, but he'll just command him to be like, Pompadour, if there's something to report, come right away.
Cool. He does that, and he just sees regular bayou shit.
Regular bayou shit.
Just like some alligators playing the banjos or something.
Yeah.
Gambit throw cards.
All right, well, I will definitely have my familiar keep watch while I sleep.
Where?
Foot of the bed.
Cool. What is your familiar?
It's a parrot.
Let me see parrot stats.
I don't know if there are parrot stats.
Can you pick
There's-
stats?
there-
I guess owl, right? That's the best. What's the other? Falcon, hawk. Owl seems fine.
Owl stats.
Blood Raven.
Blood parrot.
I mean, polar parrots are basically like a polar bear, right? That's pretty good stats.
Cool. You guys going back to sleep?
Yeah. I
Yes.
circle around. I'm like, "God damn it, I just found the perfect spot. I had the blankets like surrounding. It's terrible.
When Almirage is keeping watch, what is he supposed to do?
Wake me up if anything happens, I guess. I don't really know.
Okay.
Acts independently of me, but always obeys my commands. I don't know.
Cool. It's morning.
Finally, we can go to the bar.
You go to your doors and you or I'm not going to tell you what your characters do. Do your characters go to your doors and look what's outside? It might be a good idea.
Yes.
Outside of your doors, Ubad, you find 150 GP of charcoal, incense, herbs, and a brass brazier. 5 bottles of fine wine, 1 bottle of dwarven spirits, 1 bottle of imported tusk gel.
Wait,
this is
sorry, 1 second. So,
it's the list of shit you gave me.
5 bottles of fine wine.
Yeah.
2 bottles of dwarven spirit.
1 bottle.
1 bottle.
One bottle of tusk gel, which is like a good brand you saw that's like imported. You know they probably don't get it from here.
Wow.
5 sets of manacles, a hooded lantern, a box of greenies, 10
Hell
flasks of oil, 5 vials of perfume, a vial of alchemist fire. There wasn't any holy water. You see a note that says, "Sorry, we weren't able to acquire any holy water." And then there was 3 three healing potions, a hunter's trap, a signal whistle, and a spyglass.
I can't believe that. I can't believe this.
What?
Should have asked first.
Unfortunately, there was no turtle wax, shell wax.
No, that was outside of Ubad's
Yeah.
room, in front of young Sheldon or Idiot's room, whichever name you're going with. There's a brass brazier, a one bottle of shell wax, and I think that's all that you asked for. Then outside of Sir Wiggles's room,
+3 sword.
there is a long sword that looks of good quality, and a shield that looks of good quality. And you see a whole cowhide there.
Yes.
And there is a wooden toy
Yes.
and a rope. And there is a it doesn't look like rabbit skin or Labrador skin. You can't really tell the fur, but there is a fur coat and a fur hat.
Okay. So
And,
fur coat, fur hat, cowhide, wooden toy, rope. I'm ready for the north.
and then you see there is a mirror sitting there with a note that says, "You were your own squire all along."
I
on
start
it.
barking at it because I think there's another dog here. I look at it and I just, who are you? Who are you? You're like me but different, but you're not me. Half hour?
You hear Tebby comes up. He's like, "What? Why you bark? Look, it's your squire."
I start barking at Tebby. I start yelling, Tebby, there's another man here. He's stuck in the small hole. He looks like me.
You asked for a squire. There he is.
Do I kill him? Okay, he lives. Incident. Cool. Well, this is everything on my list.
Great.
Let's take on the day, shall we?
Cool. Tebby gives you instructions for how to get into town and how to find the institute, the guild hall, the Jolly Owlbear, and the next family residence.
Next family residence?
Next. Nekks.
I was way off. Well, it seems a little early for the bar. Shall we do guild hall? Is it too
Yeah, Ubad is going to take just a small amount of touch gel and put it on. And just very lightly. And he's going to kind of stab most of the things in the room. But he will carry some of the bottles of wine and perfume and a bottle of dwarven spirits with him.
Perfect.
I put everything in my bed. Which one is Which is closer?
He comes out and he sees Sir Wiggles upset. He goes, "Here, boy," and he tosses him a greenie.
Oh.
Your teeth feel +1 clean. Do you have a bite attack?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Do shifters get that?
No, other shifters get claw stuff, but
I get to claw stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just very.
You know what? Okay, while you for the next hour you have a 1d4 bite attack.
Yes. All right, chickens, here I come. Good morning, everyone.
Cool. What's closest? Well, the Jelly Owlbear's on the edge of town, and the guild hall and the Jelly Owlbear are more towards the middle. So I guess the
The next family.
next family residence. That's what I said. The Jolly Owlbear's on the outskirts. and the other two are inside. So Jolly Out, that's the closest.
Well, perhaps they have food. Or
Oh, they have great food, I hear.
glory. Also looking for glory. Yes.
Well, let's go to Sheplin's family's house first. It seems
Yes, this
the
sounds
most
wise.
likely for the person to be there.
All right.
Cool.
Later we'll get this man out of this hole. Poor fellow.
Do you go?
We go.
You go. You walk along the road in the town. You walk out of the estate, through the bayou. There's a well-maintained road into town. It's not messed up at all. And you go to town. It's uneventful. You walk past all the trees, all the swamps, and you're in town. And Tebby has given you directions for how to find the next residence, and you come upon a very nice mansion in the middle of town that has the necks with a family crest on the door.
What does that say?
It says next.
What does that mean?
Let's just knock on
Please,
the door.
allow me.
Is there a
In it now.
doorknob or
Open.
bellhop?
There's a doorknob. It's like a big mansion door. There's a door knocker. Yeah.
Okay, knock.
Yeah, we'll grab it.
Excuse me, I'm scratching.
Tusker hand.
A large Goliath in a very nice like suit tuxedo. What would fantasy man wear?
Sleeveless tux.
A sleeveless tux opens the door very elegantly. Says, yes.
You, sir, you are my squire. Come. Much work to be done.
I assure you I am no one's squire.
Okay.
What is your business here at the Next Manor?
Yes, we're here to see the mistress of the house.
Who may I say is calling?
My name is Ubad, the rightful heir of Celestia, son of Rabab, the last true king of Celestia. We have been called for on an expedition searching for her lost son.
Oh, yes. Quite the tragedy it is. I will inform the mistress immediately. He closes the door and disappears.
Do you guys get the feeling he would like to eat our bones?
So Sharza was very high-pitched Bone Man, and this is lower-pitched Bone Man, but I'm trying to be less creepy. The Bone Man turned into like basically this guy who is a courtier. So
You just
Sorry.
realized that the Bone Man is a dark passenger inside your head.
yes, I'm gonna only kill people who kill other people. A minute later, the Goliath reappears and says, "Right this way."
As we go in, I said, did I ever tell you about the great bone wars of the year? I think it was two.
I have not heard of these bone wars.
There were great wars fought over bones. Many things were unearthed, and very large bones, bigger than a man.
It sounds quite awful.
So delicious.
Yes, Miss, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with us.
You're okay. He leads you into a room where you see there's a gnome woman in this very large chair in a library. It says, "Oh, I hear you're here to help me talk about my son. I do love my son. I tended to him very well. I was very good mother to him, and it's very sad what happened. I would read to him every night. I gotta tell you, you see this book? You see this book? She gets out of her chair and walks up to the bookshelf. Uh, this book, The Very Hungry Bugbear. I would read this to him every night. Oh, what good memories. You know, people always said, "Oh, Effie, you're such a good. You should be take more time to yourself. You should do more things yourself." And I say, "No, I live to be his mother. I am his mother. It's
Should we kill
amazing."
her?
And
You should bite this one, right?
excuse me. I was.
Bad Wiggles.
Do you come to my house and you interrupt me? That's
You're small. You're small. You're different. Ah!
why are you even here? If you're not here to if you're what do you?
Pardon me.
Sorry, he's very excitable.
My name is Sir Wiggles. These are my squires. We have come to.
Oh, I had a squire back in the day. I would go to the bars
Bite
when
it
I was
now?
a young
Do I bite it?
gnomelet, and I had this man. He always wanted more for me, if you know what I mean. But I would have him
They
carry my bags.
always
I call him my squire, and it was long before I had children, you know, and it was always such a good time. And
Oh God! Tell us about this
I
expedition.
imagine you called him a squire because he was certainly not a knight in shining armor.
oh, you know what?
Yes,
You
he
get
wasn't
it.
a
He was.
fender.
You know, I would never marry someone like that. You know, he was very handsome, but he didn't have money. You see, and so
Yes.
I.
They never do.
She walks up to you and slaps you on the shoulder. He knows what I'm talking about.
The wild horses are good for a run in the mud, but they'll ruin your stable if you bring them home.
She she slaps her knee and says, "What? Tell me. You're here to talk about Sheplin. What do you want to know? I haven't seen him for a long time, but I used to
What
see him
sent
all the
off
time.
north?
You know, he was always going on about a thing. Like before he left, he was always in his room. I would say, "Sheplin, come get your dinner. You're gonna be a little small, short piece of shit forever if you don't come out and eat." And
That's right. That's the first true thing she said.
excuse me, are you interrupting my story? I'm trying to help you out. You keep interrupting me. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
She's saying.
Yeah, he would always, him and that Varian would come over and they'd go into his room and they'd read about something. I have no idea what it is. And they'd leave and they'd go somewhere. I could never keep track of that boy.
Did he leave his books in his room?
I think he did. Let me, Jor, are you here? The Goliath comes over. Yes. Conversation, D&D, DM conversation with himself. Yes. Why don't you, can you show these men, Sheplin's room? Of course. And so, the Goliath, Jor, says, right this way, and leads you, to a room, a nice bedroom that has books strewn about on the floor, and there is one a bundle on the there's books and like notes everywhere about different things.
I tell Jor, I say, "You're kidding me. You would rather stay here with that woman than be my servant as we explore a frozen tundra? Really?"
How much do you pay?
Well, we can talk. We could work something out,
I have already worked something out.
I have some hot dogs
The
from last
mistress of
night
the
buried in my
house.
bed. Does that entice you?
Could
Oh,
we
have
ask
to-
a favor of you?
Yes.
Could you take Wiggles down out front and just run him around till he's tired?
Just make sure he pees before he comes back.
That sounds quite fun, actually.
Would you follow me, Sir Wiggles?
Yes, I will. And I start explaining to him, like, I can stand on my two hands and pee and walk in circles at the same time. It makes a design. It's really fun. Are you sure you don't want to come with us? Bed hot dogs they're good because they're old.
I serve the mistress next. Thank you.
Okay, well, she's not going to be around forever, and we're looking for glory. Yes.
If I'll tell you, if you are looking for what those boys were after, I imagine you won't be along for much longer either.
I start speaking to him in giant, and I start saying, I do know that your people have descended from giants as we were, as were us. I feel a kinship with the Goliath people, especially. You understand. Except it sounds like giants.
Here's racist. He sounds like an Ewok.
That's giant, right?
I must insist that I do serve the mistress. She pays me very well, and I very much enjoy my position here. But you said you are investigating the young master's disappearance. Well, I must say, before he left, him and the young Asteria boy would spend most of their days at the archive at Ezraheim, the library here in town.
Uh-huh. Archive is a bit. Yes, I will
Ezra-
remember that name.
I will put the name in the chat.
That's fine. Yes.
So did Jor and Sir Wiggles go downstairs?
Yeah.
All right, I assume we are gonna completely trash this place looking for anything useful.
Yeah. Why don't you roll me investigation?
That's a 10.
That's a 1. It's a dirty one.
I will say the one thing you can turn up is a library card for like a catalog card.
Does it have a picture on it?
No,
Excellent, because I don't think any of us
so
can
we
pass
can't-
for a gnome.
not a library card, but like
Oh,
a catalog card.
Oh, okay. What?
Catalog card.
A list of books?
Yeah.
I will copy it.
It's-
Then.
You see a list of books pertaining to the North, the ice shit.
And if you're under 30, just imagine that Google was broken down into hundreds and hundreds of pieces of paper.
It's a lot of paper. Okay. Nothing else interesting in here.
Nah.
Yes, that's the only thing I see.
You should kill the woman so that I can take her servant.
All right.
As
Well
written in the
then,
code of honor.
Jolly Owlbear Library.
When I meet back up with you guys, I explain that I talked to the Goliath. I talked to Jor, and he said that Shepland and young Master Varian would spend time in the library. Why, I don't know.
On your way
What
out,
does it say on the catalog card?
real quick, on your way out, Phoenix stops you, Obad, and says, "You're such a. I haven't had a company like this in some time. Why don't you, if you're searching for Shepland, why don't you give me? I'll give you one of his old toys, and you can give it to him when you find him.
Okay.
And she hands Obad a box.
Thank you.
It's a small box, like a foot by foot with a hinge top that looks has all these animals carved into it.
It will be the first thing I do when I see him.
Alive. When we see him alive.
Yes. Not burned up in this small box. But if we do find him burned up, we'll put him in this box. Let me play with the toy. Let me play with it. Let me play with it. Let me play with it.
I should have asked for more greenies. I'd say because I
You
tossed
have
one.
you have a box of greenies.
Okay, I guess I was imagining that there was 10 of them, and I'm going through them so fast.
I'll say you have 20 greenies.
Okay.
How many horse cigarettes?
How many?
What's a horse cigarette?
It's called the Archive Ezrahim.
Pleasant memory. That's what it is.
Let's go.
Yes, I
Dairy Queen in
suppose.
town?
I don't know. You don't see any.
All right, let's go to the library.
Yes, I suppose it's early for the Jolly Owlbear.
And on that note, I think we'll call it for next time.
You haven't figured out what Ezraham's looks like.
I know what it looks like. It's just past 10. And we were at a stopping spot.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And then what?
This opening chapter is going to take way longer than I thought.
Yeah, that happens.
And we are level
3.
not 6.
6.
You sure?
You got a bunch of junk, and you got a box with animals carved into it.
I'm just saying the last DM probably would have leveled you up a couple times for that.
Actually, he would have waited a very long time and then leveled us up a bunch in like the last couple sessions.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
That sounds right. Thank you, Hayden.
Yeah.
You're off to
playing.
a good start.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this.
Now, do we have a schedule change for next week?
Yeah, we're starting Thursdays next week, right?
So that's a permanent change.
Yes.
So do not come back on Wednesday. Unless you want to just see Sir Wiggles' one dog play that he'll be streaming. We are going to be Thursday nights at 8 p.m. from now on. Is that true?
Yes. Thursdays. Come back Thursdays.
And why is that?
Because comedy's back, and I have a regular open mic on Wednesdays, and I have to do
Where?
that instead. At Penelope. It's not starting next week, though. It's starting in 2 weeks.
Like your friend's house?
It's at Penelope.
It's
A
your
bar in
friend's
Oakland.
bar.
Ah! So, next Wednesday, if you're in Oakland, go to Penelope's, not some person named Penelope's house. It's a bar in Oakland.
Yes.
That sounds right.
Yes, that is right. Well,
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And we'll see you
thank
next
to
Thursday.
Sirenscape
Okay.
Oh, yes.
for letting us use the music. And thank you, Gamescape. As you can see, they've sponsored Hayden. They now own him. He's their squire. Lucky store. But thank you everyone for hanging in chat.
Yeah, and we'll find out where this is going next week.
Yay.
Yay.
Good night.